Indonesia farmer, let's go.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Yeah, okay, so let me start the homework.
Okay.
I hope it's working. Let me check. Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay, the homework today is kind of easy, pretty easy. So let's go through together. The first one, what are the 3 types of fresh karma?
There's a song. Okay, later.
Okay.
Action,
Who is
mind,
that?
and speech.
Oh, yes, action, mind, and speech. Thank you, Oscar.
You can always depend on Oscar to be awake during the homework.
Definitely. And what are the examples of physical fresh karma?
Inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah. Who was that?
Wow.
Is that
Nice.
no?
I better get ready.
Yeah, Utpala.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Breathing. Yeah. Tang said breathing. Weeby and Oscar. What about for verbal fresh karma? What are the two?
Without thinking and to talk, thinking carefully before.
Yeah, thank you. We use the term noting and examining. So thank you. What about the 2? All right. And okay, bonus question. And finally, how about mental fresh karma?
Wait, how much bonus you're talking about?
Bonus question.
No, it's an extra question, not extra no dollars.
2. Okay, I put 2, not 3. Well, yeah. It's the 3 came from the sutra, but according to Master Vasubandhu, there are 2 instead of 3. So I'm wondering if anybody remember.
The 2, were there desire and anger?
No, not the 3. Not the 3.
Was it being aware or not aware?
Yeah, very close. Very close. Very close.
Oh,
Actually,
discrimination
yes, and
thoughts.
thoughts. Okay.
Thinking.
Movement of the mind. Thank you. Venerable Gyal says close too. Yeah, so discrimination and movement. Oh, sorry, Venerable Gyal said noting and examining are the verbal. Right. So for the mental, according to Master Vasubandhu, is discrimination and movement of the mind. Yeah. All right. Ugjungwa dang ugnupa.
Nice.
Breathing in,
Breathing out and breathing in.
Breathing
In and
out,
breathing
breathing in. That's right. That's right. Exhale and inhale. That's right. Nampartak. Pa? Nampartak.
Isn't it? It's the same as Namtok, right? Like Vitarka.
That's right. That's right. I heard somebody saying, is that Tim in the room?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have repeated it. What did you say, Tim? Speaking without thinking too much? Stinking without speaking too much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Noting, thinking slightly. Vitarka. How about Nampache?
Vichara.
Vichara, which is in English?
Examining.
Examining. Thank you, Mr. Lashaw. Scrutinizing, thinking deeply. Vichara. In Indonesia, when we say bicara. So what are you saying? Anda bicara apa? Okay. Tawar jam. Tawar jam.
To consider or not?
Shall we consider? Should we consider?
Huh.
Yeah. Thank you, Oscar. All right. And
by the way, Sugeng, I read a story about Chinese people like 1,000 years ago who went to Indonesia to learn Sanskrit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the monks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The monk,
Mhm.
yeah. Fa, I forgot the name. Fa something, yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. I can
Oh,
I can
yeah,
make,
far whatever.
yeah. Yeah, he was like almost like Master Xuan Zhang, right? He was actually instead
Yeah.
of going to the west, he went to the south first,
Yeah,
and
he
then
went on a boat.
I think he took a lot of records too. So a lot of Indonesian history actually came from him as well. So yeah, he's a great guy too. Yeah.
Mm.
All right, Geshe-la, this is attempted translation.
Yeah, good. Mm.
Please read.
Oh yes, sorry. Thế xin tu lưu thắng ngạc thắng ý kỳ sunam main patang mi yowe ndu cha wa angun pan ndu chedo.
Yeah. First of all, you're gonna have to find a different word for sunam than gewa, and you're gonna have to find a different word for sunam mayimba than migewa. Okay, so sometimes people say merit for sunam. Okay, like merit and non-merit or something like that. It's just to keep them separate. Okay. Generally, you can divide all karma into virtue or non-virtue, but when you talk about merit, you have to talk about three divisions. Okay, that's a different. Okay.
Okay.
Good. So we can also describe physical karma, verbal karma, and in the mind, we can divide into, I'm sorry, physical, verbal, or mental merit or non-merit or unshifting, du chawang, number du che do. Don't forget that the name for the second link was what?
Fresh karma.
Yeah, which is du cheki lei, right?
Du cheki lei, yeah.
So here's a verb, fresh karma ing, fresh karma. Okay. When you do your fresh karma ing, number du jedo, the duja, what you are freshly creating. Okay, so you got to catch those. Dujawa means what you are freshly creating, and then lumba duje means the creating. Okay, so lumba duje is the agent, and lumba duja is the object. Okay, duja is the object of karmic action, karma action, and then lumba duje is the acting. Okay, so you can also acting actions. Okay, that's what he's saying here. So you can also put together karma through your. You can say all karma is divided into good karma and bad karma, or now here's a new one. Whether it's body, speech, or mind, we can talk about merit, non-merit, and unshifting. Now that's a new division, right? Good karma, bad karma, that's easy. But now Lord Buddha is adding a new kind of division. You can divide all karma into fresh karma. You can make karma either body, speech, or mind, which is A, merit, B, non-merit, 3, unshifting. And he's got to help us with the third one. Right? We got to understand what he means by the third one. What does unshifting mean? And there's several opinions. The one you may have heard in the Abhidharma may not be the correct one. Okay. All right, here we go.
All right, thank
Keep
you.
going, Indonesia. Oh, wait, I gave you one sentence? I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ah, yeah. No, I
I mean,
know not to believe the
You
Indonesia
can do
farmers.
one of mine, Sugeng.
Yeah, she can. So, gang, she can loan you one.
okay. Actually, I have. Let me see. I have. I did some.
That's fine.
Yeah, in the text.
Nah, don't press it. We're okay. Don't press it. So before I start the new section, I want to do some advertising. Where's that? Here is the Chinese New Year show by the famous Peachtree World News. Why we have a new World News show in our cafe is we don't know how to make food. So we're going to show news instead. And it's a 2-day Year of the Rabbit event. We call it A Journey to the West to have a year of hope. Okay. So if you want to have a good new year, you should come and watch the show. It's a 2-day show. We're filming from the Peachtree Cafe with the Dos Guapos, Daniel Garcia and Juan Hassel. And we're going to have all this cool stuff. Number one, Grandpa's going to teach Shensang and Yanse. So ancient Chinese masters. I'm going to teach you a book which I translated myself from those masters, some parts, okay? And secondly, we're going to have the Peacock Warrior by Seiji and Noor, and they're going to talk about Rumi, the great Persian poet, and also Dharmarakshita, which is a famous poet from ancient India. Then we're going to have an auction of a painting which was painted by my stepson who just crossed the Atlantic Ocean in a small boat last month, 2 weeks ago. He was on the ocean for 3 weeks in a small boat, and he successfully didn't drown. And he's a very great painter. And his paintings are shown everywhere in this area and in many galleries. And so he has painted before the trip a painting of the ocean. And I think it's very beautiful. And we're gonna auction it. And the money from the auction, 1/4 goes to the painter. So he keeps selling my coffee. One quarter is going to go to the Peachtree show because they got to start buying their own stuff to have their shows because the other organizations are getting. And then 50% is going to go to the Dunhuang Textual Research Institute in China. It's a Chinese government institute which helps to preserve the ancient libraries of the Gobi Desert in Dunhuang, which is part of northeast China, north central China. And this is where they found the Diamond Cutter Sutra, the oldest printed book in the world. And they need help to keep their books safe and keep those. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to go. I went there with my wife and it's amazing. So we're going to auction a painting and you guys are going to pay a ridiculous price for it, somebody. And we're going to donate most of the money to the Chinese government preserving the ancient cave libraries. And then finally, Grandpa is going to teach you for New Year's parties how to make dim sum, how to make dumplings. And I was the dumpling master for 23 years, and I'm really good at it. And that's a serious show. I can seriously teach you how to make good dumplings for New Year's, because you shouldn't have a New Year's party in Asia without good dumplings. If you do, you're a loser. Okay. Secondly, I've been asked to do one more advertisement, Sugeng. This is Adam Andrade's book. New book came out. It's called A Door to Emptiness, Crucial Teaching for Touching the Diamond World. It's an amazing book emphasizing Chi Chedar. This is kind of the ultimate book. This is the book from which I learned Chi Chedar the first time. So this is what changed my life completely, was this book. And this is exactly the same book. And we finished it, the first part of his translation. It's a great book, and it's available by ebook. If your country allows it, okay, you have to check what's the law, what's the custom in your country. Make sure it's okay. But if it's okay, then you can buy this book online in 2 seconds. And I have to say, you can give a gift of this book to your friends in about 1 minute. And I think it's really fun. You know, they get an email with a free book. And I think it's a sweet gift to give to people. Maybe they're going to see emptiness if you give this book, okay? And we're not trying to make money. That's the best way to lose money, is to go open a cafe or a publishing house. And we have both. So we're not trying to make money, okay? All right, back to this Indonesian guy. Where are you?
I want to add the advertisement, Geshe-la. This book is amazing, especially when I think beside looking at the content, I think you should also read the what do you call it, the introduction by Geshe Michael.
Yeah.
It's really amazing because when I read the introduction, it's actually you explain about the whole book and then how you divide the 4 and then what are the chapters inside and how they link to each other. I think that alone is worth more than the price of the book alone. And then if you have extra time, you read the content. So introduction is mind-blowing already. And personally, I learned a lot from just the introduction. So if you have not bought the book, please grab and buy it quickly. Yeah.
I agree. Actually, the introduction is awesome. It's about 50 pages, I think. I worked really hard on it. It ruined the vacation that I had with my wife, and she has never let me forget it. And it's a good piece of work based on John Brady's project in Mongolia.
And
the introduction is project.
Another one that I really enjoy is the Master Key. The mind only, the introduction alone is also amazing. If you really want to learn mind only and you don't have any idea and you find that the content is too difficult, you can read the introduction from the Master Key. I think that's also amazing.
The golden key.
Golden key.
Sorry, the golden key. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
nice. Thank you for that advertisement. I'll send you a check.
He's good.
Okay, now give the wrap up. Sugeng.
I
Yeah,
remember
wait. Where are we?
after this, Geshe-la, behind this, all the way to the behind this, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you know about all these different kinds of karma? Here's the answer.
Dode dang rik peso.
Jidangun means, how do you know all this stuff about karma? Well, you could use what again?
Dode dang rik peso. Scripture and reasoning and logic.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. And by the way, I corrected the spelling here, but you could live with the old spelling. I mean, if it's a very ancient book, maybe it means you could use a sutra or you could think about it, you see? Maybe it just says think about it, you see? Okay. I'm gonna read this section again.
Yes. Resik bumpal tabui dodele chomdende ki teni marikpe kenki sunam ki duce kyang yumpar duce marikpe kenki sunam mayin patang miowe duce kyang yumpar duce che sungsong.
Yeah, okay, good. By the way, it says this comes from the sutra called Bumpa, which means vase. And that's a misspelling. It should have been Mbumba, which means the 100,000 verses. Okay, Prajna Paramita. Okay, big mistake, right? It's not a pot. It's 100,000 verses. And I went and found it for you, and we'll talk about that. Okay. So anyway, and thank God for John Brady. Okay. Every time you see John Brady, you should prostrate. So when you read sutras like the 100,000 verses, the Chomden De Sugeng,
The conqueror.
he says, look, you can make Sun Nam Ki Duche Ki Le. Sun Nam Ki Duche Ki Le.
The virtuous fresh karma, or the meritorious.
Yeah, meritorious. Yeah. But look, he said, you can make merit karma, right? Through marikpa.
To the misunderstanding.
Yeah, misunderstanding. Misunderstanding will help you create good karma. And Ngumbar Duche means you can collect, okay? And you can collect Sunamayaba karma.
The negative, the non-virtuous, non-virtuous deeds, yeah.
Yeah, non-merit through marikpa.
To misunderstanding.
Yeah, you can use misunderstandings to collect bad karma, and you can use misunderstanding to collect
Unshifting.
good karma. Okay, or by the way, do we distribute Maripe King Ki to Miyoe? I say yes.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
but you got to think about it. It's suspicious that he mentioned it twice and then left it out on the third one. But I think it has to be. Okay, but when we find out what it means to be unshifting with karma, we can decide whether it was created by misunderstanding or not. Okay. All right. And then the verb, Lumba Duche, means you put together the karma. Okay. Lumba Duche. All right. And here's the quotation from the 100,000 verses. Yeah, and by the way, it didn't say Maripekienki, by the way. It didn't say by misunderstanding. It said the mind. Or it just says body, speech, and mind. Okay. All right. Okay, let's start here. So again, this is a nice short sentence, and your Tibetan pronunciation is perfect. So what should we do logically?
Get somebody to
torture somebody. Torture somebody.
Okay, let me find out who is available. Okay, let's start with the bodyguard again. Rob Hagen.
Okay.
Gunner, he was my bodyguard in Kyoto. He put on a nice suit. I don't know. I think you had something holding your tummy in. You looked really buff. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
God. So again, that first word, I'm not quite sure.
Book.
Boo. Okay. Bukshi.
Yeah.
Nangdu. Gyua. Ni. Sunam. Dang. Sunam. Mayimpa. Dang mi gyoa.
Yoa. Yoa.
Gyoa. Yin. Yinpar. Shepa. Yang Mayin no.
Thank you. That's great.
By the way, it says Mayeno at the end, Indonesia. What does that mean?
It's not. They are not. They are not.
We do not say.
Yeah.
That's an unusual sentence. we do not say, so you have to change your translation here. We do not say that the gua of the uk, chi, and nang.
The flowing of the breathing in and
We do not say that the flowing of the breath in and out is merit,
merit, non-merit,
non-merit,
or
or unshifting. Yeah, so it must be, look, these new kinds of karma that we're trying to teach you, it's not what we talked about before. Okay? These are not like body, speech, and mind that we talked about before. And what was the typical karma of the body?
is the
Just
breathing?
breathe.
Exhalation and inhalation.
Just breathing. Yeah, okay. That's so interesting to me. Anyway, okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna read Sugeng.
Yeah, let's invite Lindsay Jilk.
Whoa, okay.
Young day, Gao te,
Jiao Te,
Jiao te, so nam, nam ki, du wei,
Nduche,
du che, nyo par, du we na,
Duche na, Nguyen Pa Duche na,
du che na, so nam ki, ne war,
Ngewar,
ne war, grow wa,
Drowa, yeah.
ni
Ngewar,
nam,
Ni,
ni nam par she pa di yin no.
yes, thank you. Great.
Good. Okay. Good. So if we describe fresh karma, the second link of the wheel of life, if we describe it as movement, movement of the mind, duchepa, right? Moving mainly of the mind, right? Then if it's movement of the mind that triggers karma, if that is karma, okay, then what do you call the thing that's triggered by the karma? And then we go to the third link. What's that? It's the mind. It's the
Consciousness.
right. Sunam. It's a namshe going into the birth, right? It's consciousness going into birth, right? Tumba namshe. Shipa is mingsu, name and form. Number 4. Okay, so the mind. What triggers karma is misunderstanding. What's triggered by karma is the mind going into the next birth. Okay. Join membership at the okay. And the same applies.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Who's
Where's
gonna read?
sorry, Geshe-la.
Sorry?
Yeah, where's the part that refer to movement of the mind here?
Duce. Duce. Well, Duce. We said that the definition of duce, which is you can say action. Okay,
Yeah.
duce, fresh karma. It's the word for fresh karma. The movement of the mind is semba, and it's a synonym. Okay, so if the second link is mainly the movement of the mind, which then triggers movement of body and speech, then what is moved by that? And you say, well, it's number shepa. See, what results from karma is consciousness, especially consciousness as it enters the womb. Okay.
Oh, wow. All right. Oh, this makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Okay, who's gonna do this one?
We would like to invite the lady from Canada, Dinara Mendesheva.
Whoa.
Hi. Deshindumi Gyo
Yowei.
Wei Pardu Nye Par Ntro
No.
War Trowar, Gir,
Gyur.
Gyuroshe, Sungso.
So, yeah, thank you, Dinara.
Yeah, so we can talk about sunam, which is meritorious karma. We can talk about sunam. By the way, sunam being the name of our director at Diamond Mountain. Meritorious, Miss Meritorious Karma. I think we'll stick with sunam. And then he says up to miyoe. Pardu. Pardu means up to miyoe. And it just means I'm skipping from sunam straight to miyoa. And I'm not mentioning sunam mayimba. Okay, I'm skipping from, when I talk about what does the second link trigger, I can tell you what merit triggers, and then I could tell you what non-merit triggers, but let's go straight to unshifting. Unshifting. What does unshifting karma trigger? Hey, same thing. Your mind going into your next life. Okay. What does it push? What does it trigger? What's the third link? Oh, I don't care whether you're talking about merit or non-merit or the third possibility, which is called unshifting karma. They all push your mind into your next birth. Okay, that's all. Okay. Who's going to read the next one, Sugeng?
Flavia? Do I have Flavia? No. All right.
I am here.
Okay, please.
So I have to read all of that,
Yeah.
and you will help me.
Fortunately.
All right, come on, Flavia.
Okay.
Look it up.
Dirdu che I
Yep.
kien ginam parshepa yimpayang tsungte.
Nice.
Dewana
Ewen.
dewe na gangdu che ki niepar roba
Newar.
niewar roba
Drowa.
drowa. Okay. Ni ternam parshepa yim pertsung la deni dir you che
Yes.
ki
Yes.
chen
Ken Chen.
ken chen kan yin no
No.
ken chin no chen nye
She Nyepa.
she nye pa sung nyo
Sungo. Yes.
Nice.
sung no.
Yay. Okay. Look, we also see sung, end of the line, end of the first line. We also see statements that consciousness is triggered by the trigger called fresh karma. So duje here means fresh karma, right?
Yes.
So the first line here is easy.
Yes.
Buddha said, how did your mind enter your mom's womb? And the answer is duches, fresh karma. Fresh karma pushed you into your mother's womb. Okay, fresh karma pushed your consciousness into your mother's womb. Okay. Dewe na kang duche ki nyewadroa. What nyewadroa means, where does it lead to? Okay, if you're gonna look at where the second link leads you to, we can say the answer is nambashepa.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Conscious.
Where does the second link lead you? Nyewadroa. Oh, it leads you to the third link, which is nambashepa, consciousness, entering your mom's womb. What's the picture in the wheel of life for link number 3?
Monkey?
Yeah, it's a monkey. Okay. Meaning your mind is really busy as it goes to a new life. Okay. as busy as a bad monkey or one of Xinjiang and Sugeng's kids, especially the boys. Okay, so yeah, that triggers number Yin Sungmo. Sung means Buddha said so. Okay, therefore, we describe now Qian Chen. You got to think it out, Sugeng. Qian Chen is a strange term for Debu.
Result?
Yeah, result is called Qian Chen.
Oh,
What's
okay.
that mean? What's Qian Chen mean? It's like Sem Chen, having a mind, right? Sem Chen means having a mind. It means
Yeah.
living being.
It has
So
a
have-
What's Qian Chen mean?
It
If
has a
Chen
cause.
means having, what's Qian Chen?
Having a condition, having a cause.
Yeah. So what's another way to say result? Anything with a cause. Okay.
The cause.
So Qian Chen is an ancient synonym for result. Okay. That thing which has a cause. Okay. Qian Chen. Okay. So what's the Qian Chen of Duce, the second link? What's the Qian Chen?
The Nampa Shepa. The
Yeah, good. Consciousness. Yeah. The consciousness, your mind entering your mom's womb. Okay. Ngepa Sungo means, look, you can identify it. If someone says, "Oh, I'm thinking of the Qian Chen," I'm thinking of the thing with a cause that comes from fresh karma, and guess what it is? And you're going to say, "Oh, that's your mind entering your mom's womb." Okay, got it? Ngepa Sungo means you can identify it. Okay. In other words, you can talk about link 2 triggering link 3, or you can talk about link 3 having come from link 2. Either way, okay? Both ways. Okay. Who's reading next?
Okay, I'd like to invite Choi Sunchen. Are you around?
Oh,
Hi. Yang Ngó.
Young Nupa.
智跑。糖。咖啡。
Chepe. Chepe.
雀皮。绿。
Lu.
Ki. Du. J.
Yes.
Du. Pay.
Du chepe.
J pay. This stem gone
Nupa. Jita Nupa.
Nupa tongue.
Chepe.
Pay way.
Par.
Pa. Ki.
Ki. Yes.
Jet. Chen.
Jiktan.
Jiten. Du.
Yeah.
Ki. Ba.
Kewar. Kewar.
Kewa. Gyu.
Gyur. Oh, yeah.
Che. Che.
She. She.
Sun. Pa.
Tung pe.
Sun pay. How to read this? I don't know. Wood.
Yeah.
Ki. Wood. Ki.
Chinang.
Chinang. Du. Gyu. Wait.
Gyua.
Gyua. Nikki.
nice.
Wait.
Kewe. Kewe.
Kewe. Yang.
Gyu.
Mayin. No.
Thank you. Great. Great.
Nice. Yay. Napa dan cheki Lukiduce. Lukiduce means karma of physical karma that you make with your body. But if it involves harm to another person, nipa, okay? If you do something with your physical body, some kind of action with your physical body, and it involves harm to another person, by doing that action, depending on how much you hurt the other person, you will be born in the appropriate jikden.
World?
Yeah, your next world will fit the kinds of bad things you did to other people. Okay. Therefore, the real cause of birth or life is not just karma in the sense of ukchino giwa.
Just the flow of the exhale and inhale.
Yeah. Did Buddha say that a basic kind of action, the most fundamental kind of action, physical action, is breathing? Did Buddha say that? Yes. Is that the kind of action he was talking about when he was talking about what creates your rebirth? No. Okay, that's the question. There is nipa. Do you hurt somebody else or not? That's what leads you to the rebirth. And very interestingly here, Sugeng, and I point out this kind of subtle thing here. What causes the breath? Yeah, your karma. Link number 2 causes the breathing in link number 3. But the classic example of link number 2 is breathing.
Yes.
Okay. And I think he's trying to say here, if you think it's breathing that's keeping you alive, you're wrong. Okay? If you think it's breathing that's keeping you alive, you're wrong. And by the way, if you achieve, what's it called? Kumbhaka.
Kumbhaka.
Kevala Kumbhaka?
Kevala Kumbhaka. You can, by the way, if you meditate daily, I would say you will always have if you meditate for an hour daily, you will always have this experience where you stop breathing for 15, 20 minutes, and according to all that science knows, you should be dead, but it's not the breath that's keeping you alive. It just looks like that. Okay. If you meditate regularly for a year, for 1 hour a day, solid, well, good, no preliminaries. Okay. I mean, preliminaries come before you count the hour. You will automatically reach a state where you stop breathing sometimes, and it will freak you out. You say, "Oh my God, I just didn't breathe for 15 minutes," and then suddenly you realize that's not what's keeping me alive. Okay, so it's the classic form of physical karma, breathing. Yes. What does physical karma create? Your next life. What's the feature of your next life? Breathing. Is birth is when you start breathing? No. Okay, birth is Genchen. The cause of birth is hurting or not hurting other people. The causing of your breath is how you treated other people. And breath is not what keeps you alive. And the second link is not breathing. Sorry, the third link, consciousness entering the womb, is not when you start breathing. Okay? You're not born when you start breathing. Okay, got it? Cool.
Cool.
All right,
Wow.
and by the way, Buddha seems to be fascinated by this connection because, and I pulled out for you again his quotation about the breath and its connection with the body. Okay, here it is right here. All right, just for your fun. And I found it in another sutra, and I found it in another sutra. And if you don't have anything to do, you can read that one. Okay. What's next again? Who's going to read?
Okay, let's go to Guadalajara. Gina Rivera. Are you available?
Guadalajara, Sugeng, is the only city in the world which is exact. How much is in centigrade is 70 degrees Fahrenheit? 35, I think.
Okay, I'm here.
Yes, please.
Reaching
Guadalajara is the only city in the world which is 21 degrees centigrade all day, every day, all year. Okay. Okay, sorry. Let's go.
San Diego's close.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Gina. Let's go.
Okay. Rechik
Reshik.
Rechik
Reshik Dode.
Dode Leni Te Tabu Gino.
Nice, thank you.
By the way, if you guys want to know who made this unbelievable poster, I won't tell you it was Gina because then everybody will give her more work. So I won't mention it. Okay. The English there is pretty much explains itself, right, Sugeng?
Yes,
He promised us Do and Rikpa.
yes. So this is the door, and we are going into the rig after this. Yeah.
Yeah, I promised you scriptural references about these links, and I finished. Now let's go to the Rikpa.
And I think we need to wrap up already, Geshe-la.
What? We just started.
We are over time, actually.
Thanks, Sugeng. Yeah, I lost track.
Yeah. All right. So next, these next four little paragraphs. Okay. So again, Rik, Gelte, and Reshik.
Okay, sure.
All right. I'm waiting for your wrap up while I smoke a cigarette. I mean, take a relax.
Okay, so
Just kidding.
so we continue today by saying we actually introduced another type of karma, which is unshifting. So beside the married, non-married, we also Master Vasubandhu also introduced the unshifting, and he's saying that the especially the physical, the actions of the fresh karma is not just the breathing. It's not just the breathing. And here he's saying that the part that influenced the mind, the fresh karma, we mentioned that it consists of the action, speech, and the thought. So the part that actually causing the third link, which is the consciousness, is actually the mind itself that we have in the second link, and that is the one that is going into the third link. And he's also telling us that it's not just the simple exhaling and inhaling is the cause of being born, but rather it's up to whether our bodily actions hurt or not hurting others. Yeah. And that will determine the suitable world for our next birth. And finally, and this is basically according to the scripture, and we are about to go into the logic. Yeah.
Cool. All right. We made it through another Vasubandhu
one more thing, the summary. We concluded that everybody should buy the ebook, especially the
and come to the New Year show.
Come to the New Year party,
which is 10 o'clock to noon on the 22nd and 23rd in Asia. Okay.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Thank you.
And by the way, there'll be some, for my teaching, for example, we're going to try consecutive translation to make it more fun for people. So you'll have Chinese translation. All right.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
See you guys in the next class. Thank you, Shintian.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Hey, if he doesn't cooperate, just hit him on the head. I give you permission. Okay. All right.
Thank you,
It's gonna
Geshe-la.
help. Why you look younger every day, Sugeng? I don't like it. I think it's because your kids teach you how to get a modern haircut. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. Please stay healthy, Geshe-la.
Yeah, I'm trying. Okay. All right. See you soon.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
5 minutes?
Yep, 5 minutes.
Okay, bye.